What's that? Oh,
that's a shot right there.
That's it.
All right, today is a special day.
Yeah, we hired staff to help us. They're getting paid $0 in friendship.
It's okay.
Here's the staff.
We got paid in beers.
They paid in beers. And
We got Andy. He's going to be lifting stuff and probably
drinking beer and rolling around and stuff too.
Steven's going to try his best. And then Hannah's just going to project manage them.
Project manager.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tell us to do stuff.
All right, let's go. That's you give me air kisses.
Oh, that's so nice.
All right, measure once, cut twice.
That's a nice girl. Oh, no real kisses.
We got to meet.
Oh, Bailey! Oh my gosh, you're an animal.
Turn up.
Okay, so this is the roof.
Yeah, this is the roof.
And then this is the back end.
This is the back. Wait, what the?
That's
This
the
is
back.
front. This is
No,
the
that's
roof.
not the
No,
front.
And then this is the corner of the van,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Wait,
And you're
Actually,
putting
yeah,
stuff
you're right.
in there.
You're right.
That's what it looked like. Watch this video twice.
Because he's not
so.
finished building the other
That's
stuff.
the front?
This is the front right here. You put stuff in right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Step 1, unload the van.
That's 1 foot, right?
Well,
Yeah, you
11
could measure off
at
this.
12.
Yeah, actually, you could measure off this. This should be square. I worked very hard on these squares to bump out.
oh, this is supposed to be family
Over
friendly.
here's 19. Oh yeah, so did I say something?
Yeah.
Is it family friendly? No, you gotta.
Yeah.
Then you'll do the same, whatever, 12 by 14 again.
Okay, that's gonna be so 73. We're gonna divide up into 3 different chunks.
You cut it in
3
half.
sections.
Perfect. By 12.
Yeah.
Or 11 and a half.
12. Just do 12 and then we'll just have, 12 is a nice easy number for you guys not to screw up on.
And then this side, where did you want it?
Be like
Okay,
that.
we did this. Yeah, no. What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Don't
I'm
mark our
thinking.
wall, dude.
I know. I'm thinking something like that.
Yeah, but okay.
It looks
But
beautiful.
Even the wall is
I went
not
to.
straight. Is the thing.
Well, yeah.
Don't film this.
What's up, guys? We're back at it with another video. I'm actually doing something proactive, unlike Steven. He's guessing, I'm not. I'm doing precise cuts to get this triangle.
All right. We got our template competition going
Oh,
on.
dude, I'm like almost there.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Steven, you need to come take notes, brother. You don't know what you're doing.
Let's go see.
Is it gonna
Looks like
work?
the video.
No, I don't think it's gonna work.
Not with that spirit.
But that's looking better as to what we want. So that
Has to be a little taller, right?
This,
Because
Does
I
it
can
need
see
to
our
be
screw.
right there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh boy.
All right, so we got 2 in our competition. I think Aaron's entering the competition because I don't know if he.
But that's not fair, because this guy's smarter than me.
It's too short.
Is it still 14?
This was 14, yeah.
Was? Is it still?
It
Do we need
should
to
still
update
be.
the
I didn't touch that. Oh no. What piece is this, Andy? This isn't the same piece we had earlier.
Huh?
It's not even 13 inches.
It was, dude,
Okay.
it was like close to 14, and then you messed it up. I'm not involved in your thing right now.
So things are going well.
Yeah, just swimmingly.
Really well.
Andy, don't make a mess either.
Hold on.
Hold.
And then it'd be 50.
Did you just draw this?
Yeah, I just drew. So then that would be.
That's fine.
That's like almost all your 36 inches. No, it's not. So that's only 24.
I don't even know what we're doing, but this does not look straight.
It does not look straight. No.
It looks like it's still like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this method did not work. How bad is it?
Pretty bad.
Zero it out down here?
I did.
He did.
I did.
So I don't know what happened.
We have more.
Back to the drawing board.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Are you enjoying your time now?
I just
Rory. I'm Rory. Nice.
Alright, so what are you doing, Andy?
So we're back at it again, and we're trying to just guess it. But this is the second attempt that I messed up. First one was Aaron's.
What?
But
What?
we got the template for the side pieces for the cabinets.
Now they're exactly the same. Yeah, measure that, measure that.
Measure it, dude. Can't mess this up.
No.
This van is going to SEMA, man.
Looks really good.
What do we got? What was it?
3x25.
Wrong.
Crafted.
Alright guys, we're back at it again. I finally got done with the piece after an hour. Steven said I couldn't do it. I did it. Look at this.
Has it been whatever?
It definitely has been an hour for this piece right here. Money. That's all I got.
Good job, dude.
Looks good.
Alright, so now we gotta make 7 more.
7
But
more.
taller, right?
But taller.
And I got it extended about half an inch? No.
Add half an inch.
About half. Go get a pizza. I'm done. I'm tired.
I don't think we've accomplished anything.
How did we accomplish shit? I
We
spent like almost
accomplished-
an hour on that piece.
Eating pizza.
We've been here for 4 hours.
Has it been 4 hours?
Andy's like, what? I did that in one.
God damn, this one. Oh, it took us that long just to make. Well, it took me
A
that long.
template.
Working hard.
Barely working. Bourbon. We got the one Mexican finally being.
What's that? Oh,
that's a shot right there.
That's it.
Alright, what are we
They're
doing?
making fun of me. I can't deal with this audience here.
Oh,
The staff.
So we have
made a
more
bunch of pocket
audience.
holes.
Oh, wow.
oh,
did a very
oh
good
wait, hold
job.
on. We're getting a wrestle. We're getting a little wrestle.
We got WrestleMania going on.
What's going on?
Okay, back to the cabin.
Okay, back to what are we doing? What's going on?
So yeah, we got the driver's side cabinet all cut and pocket holed.
Nice.
So it's gonna look like this. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. We'll support this into our framing that we already put.
Okay.
We're gonna have another support here that goes into our plywood and towards the ceiling beams. And we're gonna put this together.
Okay. Good. Bailey, do you not like this idea? Are you against it?
He's got some opinions.
Bailey has some thoughts. Okay. Well, let's do it. Let's do it, Bailey.
Time to crunch.
Let's do it.
What's up, guys? We're back. Been a long day.
Right? Long day.
Long day just to be doing cabinets. We actually probably haven't even built one yet. But
Almost there.
we're almost there.
The first one's in.
First one's in. The first.
Happening. Alright, looking pretty good. Let's go show the
Feels pretty
staff.
solid.
Yeah.
Is it nice and cozy in there? What are you doing?
What's happening in here?
We're trying to diagnose.
Alright, guys, we have a cabinet.
Wow, you got it together.
It's
Oh,
pretty.
okay.
You should feel solid.
Yeah, it looks solid.
Yeah.
Fucker's hired. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you don't look strong enough. I'll help.
We gotta move this table. You got it?
No, you're fine. So don't go. Oh, that's money.
Ooh,
Nice.
look at that.
That looks
Looks
juice.
pretty good.
Custom.
Oh,
Wonder
that
who
looks
made
good.
that template.
Now, that looks good.
Hey.
That looks pretty good.
So yeah,
Such a bitch.
we'll go right here, right here. Oh, that's juicy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like that. Shout out to Andy. I could have done it without
yeah.
myself.
Couldn't have done it without all this help.
What an accomplishment. Let's go.
We made it.
7-8 hours.
We started at 10 o'clock
Just to
this
make
morning.
one.
It is 6:30.
That is 35.
35 on the front? On the passenger on the back.
Oh, hey there.
What you doing?
We are continuing the cabinet work from yesterday. So it's nice to have our friends here helping to get us started on the cabinets. They did the hard part, and now we're just pocket holing and putting them together.
Nice. IKEA.
IKEA. How's it going?
Just building another box.
Lots of boxes.
We use.
Ooh.
What was that?
Isn't that what it's called?
Yeah. We have our other cabinet.
Nice. And where's it going?
This is going on the passenger side.
And overhead. Nice. Looks good. Looks pretty sturdy. What did we use for that? What plywood?
We used 5x5 sheets of Baltic birch.
Baltic birch. Ooh, that's some nice layering. You can see there.
Maybe.
Pretty strong. Bailey, do you like the Baltic birch?
She's such a little stinker.
Do you like the Baltic birch? Okay.
She's like, I like the lap more.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna test fit.
I'm getting a bath.
Okay, let me get up there actually. Nice.
It's not too shabby.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, there was a lot of strategic pocket holing here, so we would only see them from one side.
Yep.
Which is the less common viewing angle, which is from the rear, hopefully, maybe.
Yep.
All right, Liana is calling for my attention.
Alright, so per usual, we ran a test. So this piece we used the actual power tool sander, and we noticed that we're seeing some rings in here a little bit, I think because of the circular sanding. So that's actually showing. I don't know if you can see close
Yeah,
up.
so we were getting some swirls with the sander. That could be user error. Could be because we don't have the exact sandpaper that we need for the power tool itself.
Yeah, but anyway, we weren't super happy with that, so then we went back to try hand sanding, which is what I did on this piece. Sanded this like I've been sanding everything else in the van, and then we did a test coat of the stain over this, and I think it came out nicer. I'm not seeing I'm not seeing any other weird markings.
Yeah. Yeah, it came out really nicely.
Yeah, so after all that, I think I might actually hand sand so we can look like this. Yeah, it's our test.
Good job. Okay, so now you got plenty of labor for the rest of the day.
Yep, I can sand the rest of the day and stain.
All right, Liana's got a status update for us. How'd it go?
Most of it's good except for the creases. The edges, just don't look at that. Don't look at that.
Don't look at it.
Just look at the better parts.
Yeah, no, it looks good. I really like the color. It looks good.
Alright, we're feeling a little iffy on the first cabinet that we stained, so we did our research, which we probably should have done beforehand, and now we're doing a little test. So Erin has 4 variations going on. Interesting.
What's your thoughts?
So far, I don't know if I like them better than it's our original, so it does look very, very different from what we've done.
Yeah.
I feel like these look kind of lame right now.
So yeah, there's clearly a difference between our tests here. But do we like them more than that? I don't know. I like the depth of this, the color.
Yeah.
But I
so
do
far,
like
none
the-
of these look exciting to me.
Yeah, I like the color of this.
Yeah.
But I feel like these are more evenly stained, I guess. So I think if we go at it with another layer.
Yeah, we can try to develop more color. Because those just look kind of sad right now.
Yeah.
I don't know, so we'll try to get something a little darker. Round 2.
All right, so the 2-person consensus was that we're gonna go at a second layer, and then we'll follow up with results. Well, it'll all change in different lightings too, so it's kind of dark right now. as
Yeah,
you
we'll
can tell.
wait. We'll wait until tomorrow.
So, yeah, no commitments yet.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Cheers.
Cheers, double fisting.
Yeah, stain and conditioner and water. Yum yum.
So it's just me today. Erin's at a happy hour. But I'm treating myself. We got this new sparkling guava juice at Trader Joe's. So I'm gonna try that in a little bit. Cheers. Ooh, that's really good. If you have this at your Trader Joe's, highly recommend trying it. If you like guava, it tastes pretty good. I am going to be staining these two cabinets right here. They're both going to go up overhead on our passenger side right here. So let's get to staining. Alright, we have Miss Bailey on the chair there. Got the first cabinet I'll work on, and can't remember if we showed you the test or not, so I have these four next to each other. I think overall we liked the two that were conditioned first. And then we're honestly kind of torn between these two. We held them both up in the van and they both look pretty good. So I think for the sake of just making it easier and having consistency in the color of stain that we get, we're gonna go with this one, since this one did require diluting it and could end up, you know, looking a little bit different if we're staining multiple cabinets. So I think we're gonna just go with conditioner and stain. And we actually didn't have to buy any wood conditioner. This one mother-in-law already had, so we're gonna be using this water-based pre-stain wood conditioner, and then again going in with this General Finishes water-based wood stain, antique oak. Alright, so it's the next day, and this is how our new cabinet turned out. I didn't have time to stain the next one, so we are going to recondition, resand, and stain this big one today.
See how close it was?
How's it going with staining?
It's going. It's for sure not the easiest thing. I appreciate your hard work.
Oh, thank you.
I'm trying to pick up a technique here. I don't know what that technique is yet.
I was just about to ask. This is why we start on the inside, so we can, you know, try to get used to it, and hopefully it's nice by the time we get to the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if we don't like it, we can paint over it or just try to forget about it.
Who needs overhead cabinets?
Throw them out. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's the weekend, and today we are going to be working on our cabinets more. And first, we are starting with this cabinet.
Yeah, so we got to refinish this because we didn't like the way that our original stain turned out. So
A little splotchy and dark, so.
yeah, so we're gonna try to take off all of the existing stain. Try again. So while Liana's staining and putting the top coat on the cabinets, I'm going to be working on the doors. So we just did ours out of 1/2-inch plywood. Had we known that this complicates things, we would have gone with 3/4. A lot of the cabinet hinges and stuff are based on 3/4-inch plywood. So when you do 1/2-inch, you're kind of limited to like surface mount stuff. Sorry, I got distracted. Look at this little dude. What the heck? So right now I am applying edge band to all of our doors. And it's pretty self-explanatory. We got this iron-on edge banding. You basically cut it to length, plus maybe 1/4 inch on each side. And then you iron it on. And then you go in with these guys, which the Ladybug was checking out, and you trim off the excess. So these are generally made for 3/4-inch pieces of plywood. So again, another complication with 1/2-inch plywood, but we're gonna make it work. So we'll try to walk through that. I got the edge band cut, and then yeah, we could just go through it. So now I'm just gonna iron it on try to line it up with one side and then the other side too. And then one of the pro tips is just to tack one side down so that it's not unwinding itself and jumping everywhere while you get the rest of it on. So you basically just want to heat it up until the glue is sticky. It doesn't take much. I usually like to leave it for like a second or two in each spot. Then after that, since the edge band tends to curl upwards to cup, I like to go at it with the iron at a slight angle, and that ensures, or at least helps ensure, that the edges are perfectly glued too. So I'll do that on both sides. And then give it one more final pass on the edges or corners. And now we let it cool. So you could like push it down, it'll be hot, so careful. But just to ensure that everything dries in the right spot, you could push it down. And you could also use like a roller or like a piece of pipe maybe, just to get a nice even pressure everywhere. So while this is cooling down, I'm just going to start doing the other side too. So now your tail ends, you could just use some flush cut pliers to trim it off. So something that's got a flat back that you could get exactly to the edge. Now we'll take these little trimmer things. So the way these work, they're usually meant for 3/4 inch. So for these 1/2 inch pieces, when you close it all the way, you're not gonna get this gap right here is for 3/4 inch. So that isn't great for us because we're using 1/2 inch. So I've just been using one side only, and then having to do 2 passes. So if you look closely at these, you could see these little indentations. Let's see if it'll focus. So right here's an indentation here, and those are basically where your lips of the veneer or the edge band goes. So I usually like to pull, and you basically just put it in there, make sure everything's held tight and square, and then just try to do a smooth pass. And then we'll repeat it for the other edge. There you go, just like that. And I think by now this side should be good. And then, yeah, one thing to note too is that since this gap only goes so high, this indentation, it's possible that your veneer will be longer than that. So it would only be able to cut that depth. So you might have to do a second pass just to make sure you get everything perfectly flush. So yeah, and there you have it. So after I apply the edge band, I usually like to go with just like a, 120, and then go at like a 45-degree angle. It'll help blend your edges with your actual plywood piece, and it'll also help cover up or smooth out the gaps, as well as, you know, prevent these super sharp corners from getting dented very easily. So just a quick, light pass. And the corners. And then this side we got a snip. And I guess before you sand it, you could also take a peek just to make sure that everything adhered well. So if it didn't adhere well, sometimes you'll be able to see a little gap that's formed in between there. In that case, you could just use your iron again and then push it in place. So it's very simple. So I'm just going to keep doing this until we get all of our 5 cabinet doors complete. Oh, hi there, cozy girl.
Alright, it's been a busy day and we've been working on our cabinets more. But what we're gonna get up now is this little piece here. Turning around.
It's been a long time coming.
Yes, it has. That's gonna go right up here.
Yeah, so this is gonna act as a little spacer for our cabinets, as well as just kind of a nice little trim piece for this little wall bit. So we've been hesitant to put it up just because there's a lot of wires running back there, and we wanted to make sure that we had everything we needed in place. Uh-oh.
Okay, go.
Oh, come
I'll
on.
pass it to you.
I need 2 more inches of wingspan.
So that's gonna help it feel a little bit less like a metal van, a little more homey. Looks pretty good from the outside too, just a continuation of our walls.
Nice.
We're gonna get up our overhead cabinets on our passenger side. We actually don't have the driver's side ones done yet, so just doing what we can.
Yeah,
But
1 step at a time. So yeah,
Yeah.
our plan right now is just to prop it up. We're going to use a clamp similar to how we did our ceiling. And then hopefully that'll allow us to be hands-free and all the screws in.
Yep, let's do it. We got 9 minutes, 8.5.
9 minutes! What the hell? Okay, can you lift that up?
Yeah.
Nice. The first set of cabinets are installed. Doesn't it look nice? So it's got this nice kind of orangey, warmer tone that goes well with our floor. So we're happy with how those turned out. We're gonna see how the doors go on. That's not gonna be what we're working on right now, but we didn't really account for the curves of the roof, and we did snug up everything to the roof, as that's one of our main mounting points. So there is gonna be a slight, I guess, curve with the doors too, which I've at this point just cut straight. So hopefully those going well. If anything, we'll just have to trim off some from the bottom. But what we're going to be working on right now is these little LED strip channels. So they're fairly cheap on Amazon. Oops. I think we got a 10-pack of these, but yeah, they're these aluminum channels, and then over top of this little opening or this cutout, you can put these little plastic diffuser bits. So we're going to have lighting that run along here. So we're using FCOB strips, or FCOB. They're a little different than your typical LED strips in that they don't exactly have like individual diodes that shine light. It's just like one continuous smooth light strip. But we got these diffusers because we were originally thinking of recessing them into our cabinet. But one of the things that we ran into is that it's kind of hard to make that dado or that groove into the bottom of this. And then the second part of that is that the depth of these diffusers or these aluminum channels take up about, I don't even know, maybe 2/3 of the thickness of our plywood. So we didn't want to lose any integrity there. I think it would have been fine either way. The biggest issue was that it's just kind of a challenge to do that. I did test it with like a router and like some sort of like guide. And I could have done it, but it's just a matter of saving some time. So instead of recessing them, we're just gonna surface mount them. So I'm basically just gonna be taking these dudes. There are already a bunch of holes in here that, ooh, it's running away from me. There's already a bunch of holes, and they're countersunk too. So I'm just gonna be screwing them in to the bottom. That'll be fun. And the other thing that we need to think about too is how we run the wire to them. So we did pre-wire in this wire. This is basically the connection point between this side lighting and the lighting that's going to go over here. You can see this dude dangling, and then that all runs to our control panel, which is on a 3-way switch that'll go somewhere around here, and then it runs to the power, the battery. So I have to figure out how to get this wiring all nice and clean so that it looks nice, right? So we did drill that hole there so that the wire could go through. We'll probably have to drill another one going through the bottom. We'll also have to drill that same hole in our aluminum track, or that aluminum thing. And then we could feed the wire through and make the connections to the strip that'll be running along the bottom of here. So, lots to think about. We probably went a little bit overboard with the screws, but it's better to be safe than sorry, because again, in a van, there's a lot of vibrations, a lot of jingling, jangling. But we did put a bunch of screws. They're all evenly spaced along the ceiling as well as along the wall. So this spacing allowed us to hit our framing for our ceiling, and then also just give us some hanging supports off of the ceiling and walls. So we're looking good. And yeah, this feels super sturdy. Like when I shake this, the whole van's shaking. Honestly, more sturdy than I was expecting, so I'm happy about that. I got the LED strip in now, so it's just got like double-sided tape that you can just stick into your track. And yeah, I had to cut it to length. I also did have to cut this little hole just to feed my wire up through the cabinet, so you can see it poking out through there. So that wire, or those two wires, will connect to this wire. And then, yeah, I still need to dress it up, so I'll probably throw some wire loom and then some heat shrink just to make it look pretty, because it will be visible. And then it runs all along here to the end. So there are end caps. Oh yeah, here's one. So this end cap will make it so that you can't see through the side of the track, which will make it look nice and tidy. And then I just wanted to cover some of the logic between how this stuff works. So you can trim this to whatever length you need, as is what I did. You can cut pretty much at all of these copper pads. And those copper pads are where you could also just solder your new wires to. So if you wanted to make a custom length off of your edge trimmings, you could just solder new positive and negatives to there. And they also make some cool kind of connectors for this too. So if you want to butt connect them, right, you have two lengths that just terminate like this. They have basically something that'll crimp onto this side and the other side that you want to connect to. And then they also make like 90 degrees. They also make whatever, 135 degrees. So lots of options for you there. And yeah, this is the FCOB LED strip. So as you can see, it's a little different than your typical LED strip, but this gives you the nice diffused look, which will also look great with our diffuser for it. So my next steps at this point, I think, are just to slide this track on. So this is the actual diffuser. Light will shine through this, but you won't see all the individual little LEDs in there. So it basically just slides into some of the grooves in the aluminum, and we should have a nice finished look.
Aaron has an update.
Yeah, we got all the wiring done for our lights underneath our cabinets. So we can do the grand reveal.
Yay, we have lights! Looks pretty good.
So we're doing a little research on our cabinets. It's very scientific, but now we know that our cabinets can hold at least one mini dachshund of weight.
AKA 12-ish pounds.
12-ish pounds, but slightly overweight according to the vet. Aww. Big update, y'all. So we're gonna get our doors on very soon. So, like I mentioned earlier, since the van is curved and we butted up our ceiling supports literally to the ceiling, everything ended up being a little curved. So the doors that I had perfectly cut square to the dimensions of this, you know, and then to half of the vertical supports, they ended up not fitting perfectly. So in most cases I was able to fit these two doors, but on the worst case it was over here. So I did have to cut this one kind of in odd ways. It ended up being closer to a parallelogram, so I did have to make slight kind of like tapered cuts between 1/8 to 1/4 inch, basically on all sides in different directions. And then the same thing goes for this side. However, this side was fine more or less, so it did join nicely right here in the center. So this kind of splits each door with an 1/8 inch gap, but we ended up with some amount of overhang on this side, so I did kind of mark it with pencil, and then I'm planning just to cut it, or I did cut it and now I edge banded it. But we can't have an overlap here because we are planning to butt up some sort of cabinetry right next to it. So that one had to be flush. But at this point, Liana's working on finishing those doors. So she's out here. She's in her typical job duties as assigned.
Professional sander.
She's gonna be very good at this. But yeah, so these are the cabinet doors on the passenger side. So she's got the pre-stained wood conditioner on it. You could just use water if you wanted to, but then she's gonna give them a nice sand, get all those little prickly bits that stood up, and then we should get the first coat of stain on the back side. And then after that, we're gonna flip them over and repeat the process, get all the edges, and then both sides will be stained.
Capiche?
Capiche? Nice. Toodaloo.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So it's Memorial Day, which means we get to build more. And we finally have all of the upper cabinet doors stained and finished, so it's time. Moment of truth if they actually all fit.
I know. So it'll be a little puzzle because I don't remember which doors go where, but there's only so many doors, so statistically we'll figure it out.
Yep. Alright, let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, so
Looks good.
fits so much junk in here now.
Alright, it's looking good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the best part about custom furniture, is that everything has its own little character. Like this one. It likes to stay past midnight because it's always open. This one might have had too much to drink because it's a little crooked. This one
Also stays open past midnight, but
Yeah.
just a little bit, maybe like 12:30.
not too late. This one, just a lot of character. Good enough.
What's next?
So there's still some extra hardware we gotta add. So the next piece that we're going to be working on are these gas struts.
Bailey, let's do it.
So guys, are you hot or am I hot? So we're doing two things right now, just as final touches. So the first thing that we've done is we've added these little bumpers. So they're just little rubber pieces. Got them off of Amazon, of course. And what that does is it just helps it not slam when you close the door. We don't want as much wood on wood contact just because we worked really hard on finishing these. So we got those installed or just stuck on to each door at each corner to bounce off of this little piece of 1/2-inch plywood. And then we're also adding these magnetic latches. So what these will do is they'll help us prevent our contents from falling out of here when we're driving. These are 90-pound magnets. They're super strong, perhaps a little too strong, but it'll be good because we don't want all of our stuff flying out of here. And it's especially important just because we don't have this little bottom framing lip on our shelves or our cabinets. So we are completely frameless, and yeah, so the installation is pretty simple. What we did was we basically marked center on our cabinet for each door, and then we marked center on this guy. Then we lined those up, including the little metal bar here, and closed the door and made sure our bumpers made contact with the wood. Then we opened it up. So at that point, this kind of gets pushed back as far as it needs to go. And then with that aligned center, you can just screw your screws in. Afterwards, to get this little metal bar in, you just line up your door with this other line that you've already taken for the center. So that way you have them perfectly aligned. And when you close the door, you get a nice satisfying snap together. We weren't originally planning to have knobs, but I think at this point, knobs are a good idea. And that'll also help us from just, you know, gouging any of this finished wood with our fingernails. So yeah. But I'm gonna finish that up. It's looking really good. Want to give a special shout out to all the friends who helped us on this journey. Stephen, Andy, Hannah, they definitely put in blood, sweat, and tears to get this all lined up. And it's looking really good. Better than we expected. So, thank you.
Alright, so we have our upper cabinets built.
Bailey's checking them out, making sure they're all structurally sound, and making sure that they taste good.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna call it there. If you like this video, please leave a like. Comment if you have any information for us, and as always, please consider subscribing.
Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.
Say bye, Bailey.
Say bye. Come down? Come down? I think she likes it. This spot's reserved for her.
It's the shady nook.
Go back.